Post-match interview here at Rayners Lane following our 2-1 opening day win here. Nearly got that wrong. Skip, start with you. It kind of sums football up really in the fact that last Saturday and Tuesday I felt we played a whole lot better than we did today and effectively came away with nothing, whereas today we didn't play as well but come away with the 3 points.
Again, that's football for you. How many times have we said that? We'll play better than that and lose. That's what I've said to them at the end. The frustrating thing for me today, for 10 minutes I thought we started very well. I thought we controlled the game. They didn't have a threat in my opinion. And then all of a sudden we started to get involved in silly little things and weren't happy with one or few decisions, and instead of being a little bit more clever about it, we got embroiled in discussions with the ref, and next thing you know they've got long ball over the top and they were creating chances, and then everything which has happened in the past, players are on each other's back, and as Dave said at half time, we're just glad to get in at half time 0-0. They've missed a penalty. I mean, Hunty swears blind he's won the ball, in his opinion. So that was frustrating, but they miss it, so that's a let off. And then second half, I think we ground it out, to be fair. I mean, they've had a couple of chances, long range shots, but Ethan, a cracking free kick, and then a good goal on the break, and you're 2-0 up and you're cruising. And then again, really the only threat they had was the long ball, and you're thinking, just if we can deal with that, we should win this game 2-0. And we conceded a soft goal in my opinion, where we switched off, long ball, 2-1, and then we played 15 minutes, which I'm not sure where that's come from, and but we've hung on, so it's 3 points. 3 points is massive because it's the first game of the season, just gets you on the ladder, gets you started, and then you can look around and start to work out up and coming games how those teams have done, because no one knows if they got new players, players from last year, better players, etc. So overall, 3 points is the key on a performance that we weren't great, but again that shows a bit of resilience that we've got about ourselves, so happy overall.
James, Skip's just touched on the fact that we didn't probably play our best but got the win. I think in terms of the start of the season, the performances are maybe less important, and getting points on the board and getting that momentum straight off is more important.
Definitely, and I think we've been guilty of it in previous seasons, Lee, haven't we, where we've played some really good stuff in the opening games and lost. So, like you say, rewinding back to last Saturday, we were mixed emotions because you've kind of felt that you should be winning the game from your performance and chances created. The other team's taken good chances and could have gone and beaten you, and then we've got a last gasp draw. And today, I think, as Skip's just said, really the most important thing is getting the 3 points, scoring the goals, and winning. So yeah, I'd agree with you with that. And at the end of the day, we'd probably be the first ones to be a bit annoyed if we were to lose a game where you've played really well and you've created up team chances and not taken them, you lose 1-0. So yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon that we've got 3 points on the board opening game of the season. Excellent stuff.
Dave, Skip's just touched on the longer than expected injury time period. What was your view of that? Because effectively they've halved the deficit with 2 minutes to go, and we've ended up playing another 17 minutes after that. So it was almost like it was effectively a goal with sort of 15 minutes to go, rather than a sort of scramble to the finish sort of thing. What was your view on that?
Look, very rare I come on and would pan a referee or anything like that, but today was just ridiculous. Clearly, from what people were saying, with us asking the time all the time, somewhere in that he's got to understand something's gone wrong with his watch, which he hasn't. He refused to listen to anybody. I spoke to him at the end and I said, look, we just played 17 minutes, we played 62 minutes half. I said, surely you've got to understand from what people are saying that something's not right. He said, but when I said 15 minutes left, he said, I looked at my watch, it was 81. And I said, but it wasn't, it was 90. And that's why people are not asking you 81 minutes and screaming at you about how long's left. They're asking you because we've gone past time, we're expecting the board to go up, there's no minutes gone up, and you tell us 15 minutes. So, and literally on 15 minutes into the half, he then eventually talks to one of the linesmen, who clearly tells him he's what the timing is. He realises it's wrong, and to compound matters, rather than going, right, I've cocked up here, or something's gone wrong with his watch, we play another 2 minutes. He then decides to play another 2 minutes before he blows the whistle. There's 17 minutes of a game with one injury, of which lasted probably 2 minutes. So I was expecting 5. We play 17 minutes of which, with the, this is, it doesn't matter what level you are, this is 3 points is important to us. And I spoke to him, I said, surely you understand that there's something wrong at that time. And he went, as I said to you, he said 81 minutes. And I said, at that point, surely you go and speak to your linesman. He said, the problem is that I'm the timekeeper. And I said, I get that. But I said, surely then speak to the linesman, who will then say to you, look, we've actually played, whatever it is, for you to readjust and go, right, okay, something's happened, something's gone wrong. I was adding 7 minutes, and then you reevaluate it, and you play the correct time. But he wouldn't. He apologised, and I said, look, I accept the apology. I said, but in 17 minutes, we could have gone from 3 points to 1 point to no points. It's not beyond the realms of of eventuality, especially that we weren't great today, and it could have easily happened. As it is, look, we've seen all this extra time out. I mean, the boys are certainly doing some minutes at the moment, and just I say, I don't get it. I don't get it. I know they're in charge, but somewhere down the line you've got to go, something's not right, and it could be my watch. I'll double check, and if you double check, there is no moaning at you, there is no groaning at you. You adjust the time that's left, and we play to that minute, and we all know where we are. We made a decision to take off a player with 5 to go, thinking we want to get some minutes into young Donny, but we only at that time, because of the pressure, was only 5, and with a bit of injury, maybe 10. So we take off Bondi, who I didn't want to take off, and here we are. We're then playing 20 odd minutes. Donny's not a big. Bondi was holding the ball up. Donny's a completely different player, so it changes everything. If we know where we are, then you make that decision at the right time, and it's difficult time. So that we managed to get across the line, which is the important bit. 3 points is massive. We've started, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. We managed to get it.
James, obviously, probably out of the 3 competitive performances we've had so far, probably argue that this was probably the weakest of the 3. But what would you put that down to? You just think it was just, did the heat play a part today, or was it something else?
Not wanting to make too many excuses, Lee, but I think we had to be forced into an early substitution, weren't we? Straight away. One of the lads actually turned up, he didn't feel too well, and he actually plays in the position of Weddy as a versatile player that we could put him on for, and I think that didn't help, because Weddy started the game very well after a long absence from injury himself, so that certainly unsettled us. I dare say Tuesday shouldn't really have been a problem. We had plenty of time to recover from that. I think it's probably just a combination of that early setback, maybe getting used to the changes there, and then I'll be looking for excuses, so I'm not going to make them. It's just one of those games where 1 or 2 changes, like you say, forced that upon us. We were then quite top heavy in terms of the attacking personnel we had on the substitutes bench. So again, without making an excuse, if you're looking for genuine reasons, well, you're not making changes to your centre halves, your full-backs, your central midfield areas when players are on cautions, etc. When you've got a front line of about 4 players, and those that have been injured or away couldn't make up the subs bench. So I think, in fairness, that's probably what it was, and we were putting square pegs in round holes, as the saying goes. But no, the boys, having said that, the boys that come on did well. As Dave said, Donny's a different player to Bondi, probably more similar to Bailey, isn't he, in terms of how he plays. Kimani did a really good stint, given the fact that he wasn't very, wasn't 100%, and it's very hot, and it was just good to get the 3 points. So I'd only be making excuses, so I won't do that.
Okay, Skip, Ibby's debut in goal today. What did you make of his performance?
He's done fine. He's a confident lad. He's come in training. He was away on holiday last week. Liam was in last week. He played very well, but he picked up an injury training with Luton Town. So if he's come in, so probably, in fairness, probably ideal that he probably only got given 24 hours notice, so he has had time to work himself up. But he's a confident lad who's trained well, who will be our number 1 as the season goes on. So well pleased for him. He come and collected a couple from under his bar. His handling was good. He's had 3 or 4 things to do in the first half. He's done it all fine. So yeah, I've got no qualms with him at all. And the lads like him, the lads rate him, and he's fitted in quite nicely. So yeah, I think he'll be disappointed with the goal. He'll probably, like most of us, will be thinking what could he have done better to nullify the opportunity. But yeah, again, if he wants to become better, he needs to look at things like that and think, could I have done better or not? I think it was just a long ball over the top. We've missed it. They've run onto it. We've switched off 1-on-1. But yeah, well pleased with him. Well pleased with his handling. I was pleased with the way he come for crosses, if I'm honest with you, Lee.
Yeah.
There was
there was a few awkward sort of shots that he had to deal with in the game as well, which skipped up off the surface that I felt he handled really well.
Yeah, and the one thing I like about it as well, there was one incident where it's a cross-come shot. It's gone over his head. His feet are quick. He's hit the back post. So he's done everything he possibly can. He's looped over, but Laurie was there to clear it off the line, sweep it away. So as a goalkeeper, everything he's done wrong. If that had been tapped into an empty net because the defenders had switched off, that would have been a bit of a gutter for everybody. But so he's done everything that we expected or hoped of him. Put it like that. And yeah, if he catches balls like that and comes and claims crosses like that, defenders will love playing with him behind, and we can then progress. And I thought he was confident with the ball at his feet. So yeah, well pleased. We've actually seen him come on leaps and bounds from pre-season when he first come to being, I think he's 19, to coming into a different environment, playing senior football at this level, and we've actually watched him grow over the last 5 or 6 weeks. So yeah, future looks good for the lad.
Excellent stuff, gents. Well, good to be off on the winning footing to start the season. Obviously, change with Monday's game. We're now playing at MK Irish on Tuesday away due to floodlight upgrade at Bevertown. So quick turnaround, and we'll look forward to seeing what Tuesday brings. So well done, gents. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Lee.
Lee.
Thank you.